Bandit here, Bandit here. Bandit is here. Get myself together here. Oh. What's going on, people? Get myself together. So, another school shooting. Another school shooting. Very sad. Send my condolences out to the families of Uvalde, Texas. They're going to try to politicize this thing for votes. They're going to try to get some type of gain on all this politically. I'm going to take a different approach on it. I'm going to take a different approach. We need more male teachers. This is not a shot against the women. But we need more male teachers. When I was in school years ago, we had male teachers. The women, they worked in the kitchen, the cafeteria. They worked in the library, or they were the clerk or the secretary. For the most part, we had men teaching. You had the science teacher was a man. The math teacher was a man. Language arts teacher was a man. Home economics may be a female, but when I was in school, the home ec teacher was a man. The art teacher was a man. This was years ago. But now, in this gynocentric era we live in, most of the teachers are females. So they feel like they can, like people feel like they can just take over. They can run around over the women. This wouldn't happen if men take their proper place. But then I understand why men are not teachers anymore, because, men are being accused of a lot of things. And I'm going to get to my point about the mass shooting in a minute. But, men are very, very afraid of being called names. They're being called, they're really being called a lot of things. A man say something that's mansplaining. You have the extreme far left, making up names to call themselves, and you have to you have to memorize all these names that people want to be called. And so culture and not only culture, but there is no logic today. Everybody lives based on feelings, how they feel at the time. Not necessarily they're going to feel the same way 5 minutes from now. So there's no morality. And once the morality fades away, you're going to have chaos. And that's basically what's going on now. This Ramos guy, 18 years old, he killed quite a lot of people. Very, very disturbing. And I'm going to talk slow for a minute because I really want you to understand my words. That this young man had a conflict with his grandmother. Nobody mentioned the father, the mother, or grandmother. And it just hit me real hard with the black community, because the black community, most of the parents are not there. Fathers have been pushed out. Believe it or not, a lot of black fathers are in the kids' lives, even though it's put out there that black fathers don't love their kids. We do. We actually do. Um, but most of us were raised by a grandmother, grandparents, auntie, uh, older cousins, uncles. It seems like it's a big thing in the black community where the parents are not there. And when tragedy strikes like this, you always get, well, the grandparents, or the grandmother or the grandfather, or it's always somebody other than the parents. So I want to hit on that because we have a man problem in this country. I believe the kids are acting out because they truly want a man in their life. You have a lot of young boys acting out because they don't know what it is to be a man. They have no idea. They yearning and longing for a father, for their father. And a lot of times the man is pushed out because our government, they don't have any empathy or sympathy for a man. It's basically redistribution of wealth, to take the money out of the man's hand and put it into the woman's hand. And the kids get caught in the crossfire. And so the women don't actually realize that they're hurting the kids. They don't realize that they're putting their child in danger. And what I mean by danger is when a child don't have a male figure. He don't have a man figure in his life. He don't have the tools. He don't have the manhood in him that will protect him through life. Meaning having conflict resolve, knowing how to communicate with others, having respect for others, being able to come to the table and really work out grievances. These kids now don't have any respect for a man, father, manhood, or anything. They're basically like the women. They're irrational, emotional, illogical, and if things don't go their way, they're going to act out. You can end up dead. For as kids today, uh, they don't get their way, they'll have one of their friends help them kill you. This is what's going on. You can look up stories. You don't believe me? Google it. How many kids get their friends to murder their parents, or they plot to kill their parents, or they plot to hurt their family because of something that displeased them, or something didn't go their way. And so that's what we deal with, because there's no discipline. And real discipline comes from men. See, a real man don't have to strike anyone. A real man don't have to be abusive. A real man knows how to lead and discipline without tormenting the child, without mentally abusing the child. Now, are there men out there that's not fit? Yes, but who choose those men? And this is across the spectrum of race, because this don't only happen in the black community. This happens in every race, every community. We have a man shortage, some worse than others. But I know troubled young men have a man problem. We have a lot of boys out here that's hurting. And so, with that being said, these children, This boy acted out. He acted out. You can call it mental illness. I call it a tantrum. I call it someone that's fed up with whatever's going on in his mind. Now, you have Whoopi Goldberg yelling and screaming at the TV, talking about, we're going to get your guns. Okay? We're going to take your assault rifles. We're going to take your AR-15. That's not going to solve anything. That's not democracy. That's not democracy at all. Take it from someone. What you need to do is bring back what kids need. A father. Someone that's going to spend time and teach the children what they need to do and how they need to be. And give them the confidence to be what they should be in life. These kids today are very awkward because they don't have any confidence. You get that from your father. You get that early from your father, wanting to please your father, wanting him to be happy with you. That right there is what's needed. And you have so many boys out here that's trying to please their mother. How can you please a mother? Because the father couldn't please her, the husband couldn't please her. So how are you, as a young man, going to be able to please your mom? How is this going to happen? It won't. It's a road to nowhere. So like I said, with this tragedy, it's a tragedy. But it's going to continue to happen as long as they look down on men. As long as they are trying to go against the patriarchy and male leadership. The man is Christ in the home. And the deal was to take the man out the home so the government can control the family. How's that working? Whoopi Goldberg, single mom. All these single mothers yelling and screaming, but you don't have a father for your children. What you think gonna happen? There's no love in the home without a man being in there, protecting his family, loving the family, guiding the family, leading the family. Women don't have no love to give. That's why they always frustrated all the time. These kids out here are running rampant because they have a scarcity mindset. They have the same mentality of an untrained woman that throws a tantrum every time she don't get her way. And that's all I'm gonna say in this video. You could take it or leave it alone. It's just like I said it on the Mgtow Cowboy when he interviewed me. Until men step up, stand up, and man up, and take back what's rightfully his, which is leadership, ownership, power and dominion, it's a lost cause. The kids are going to fail. The kids are going to be angry. They're going to be falling. Because the love comes from the man. I'm sorry a tragedy like this had to happen for me to say these words. Okay? Fatherhood is the antidote. Fatherhood is the cure. It's the cure. Fatherhood. Not your, I'm single, strong, and independent. That don't work. We've tried that for 30 years. It don't work. Well, actually, we tried it for 50 years. It don't work. So, America, what are we going to do about it? We're going to still put men down? We're going to still hate men? Or we're going to bring fathers back to the table? and make a new deal with the fathers and reconnect the fathers to the children? Or are we just going to just fizzle out and fade away? Mgtow Bandit out.